The film opens with a terrified couple sprinting through the woods, completely naked, as arrows whistle past them. One arrow strikes the man in the back, and when the woman trips, she's impaled on a log. The guy doesn't make it far before another arrow hits him straight in the groin. Their unseen killer then poses their bodies to mimic a famous painting. Cut to another couple driving to a luxurious rented mansion for a weekend getaway at the Secluded Bone Lake. Sage writes articles and is about to start her new editor job, while Diego has quit teaching at a community college to chase his dream of becoming a novelist. That makes Sage the sole breadwinner, but she fully supports him. When they arrive at the mansion, Sage steps out, eager to unwind, while Diego secretly hides an engagement ring in the glove box. Using a QR code to get inside, Sage is immediately impressed by the place. Still, she reminds Diego this has to be their last big splurge. One income only goes so far. Diego reassures her she deserves it. After they settle in, they start hooking up on the floor, though Sage seems to fake it. Just as they start to relax, they hear the front door open. Another couple walks in, William and Sin, claiming they've also rented the house. Confused, all four head outside to sort it out. William suggests a rock-paper-scissors match to decide who stays, but Sin quickly proposes they just share the mansion. There are plenty of rooms, and they will most likely receive a refund later. Sin introduces herself short for Cinnamon, and will offer food, drinks, and the promise of Will's cooking skills. They all agree that if Sage and Diego feel uncomfortable at any point, then they will decide who leaves with the rock-paper-scissors game. Soon, the two couples are getting along, drinking, snapping photos, and visiting the lake. They talk about how the lake got its name. Most people assume it's called Bone Lake because it's a popular hookup spot, but Will explains that the truth is far darker. Back in the 1950s, a wealthy family bought up the land around the area. When they stumbled upon the lake, they also discovered dozens of human skeletons scattered along its shores. Will says there's a theory that a serial killer once used the lake as a dumping ground, and after a violent storm, all the bodies finally washed ashore. Later, while cleaning fish together, William tells Diego that Sage is very attractive, which clearly unsettles him. Diego tells him they're very happy together, while William tells him he can already tell Diego is a good guy and he likes him. Out on the lake, while the guys are boating, Sin and Sage bond over their Instagrams and stories about their relationships. Sin calls Sage brave for supporting Diego's dream and asks how long they've been together. Sage says about 3 years. Sin shares she's known William since they were kids, but officially they have been a couple for 8 years. She says that their parents were really close, and it was a shock at first when they got together romantically. Later, Diego is in the car, nervously checking the ring when William catches him. He promises to keep quiet and says to give him a heads up when the proposal happens so he and Sin can clear out. Diego admits it's his grandmother's ring and that he's nervous, but William assures him Sage will say yes and then heads for a run. That evening in the kitchen, Sage asks Sin about her job. She says she's in wealth management and casually mentions she knows Diego's favorite author, Edmund Kearns, offering to get him to read his manuscript. William raises a toast to new friendships and then immediately starts making out with Sin. Later that night, Diego remembers he forgot to plug in the car to charge. As he gets up, he catches Sage in the bath, having a private moment with the showerhead. He offers to join, but she turns him down. The next day, while Diego's reading his manuscript, Sin appears wearing just a towel, asking for help finding her glasses and clothes. She flirts a little too much, and Diego becomes increasingly uncomfortable. He excuses himself and leaves the room. Later, Sin finds Sage outside listening to a podcast and tries to clear the air about the towel incident, insisting nothing inappropriate happened. She was just looking for her glasses. She even asks if Diego mentioned it. Sage says no, but insists she trusts him. Still, she tells Diego she's getting weird vibes from their new housemates. That night, all four gather for drinks. William suggests breaking into the mansion's locked rooms. He grabs a meat tenderizer to pop the locks, and the group explores the place. They find one room filled with adult toys and equipment, and another with a Ouija board and newspaper clippings about local disappearances. Creeped out, they retreat, leaving one room unopened. Later, as Will and Sin get loud in their bedroom, Sage and Diego start to argue. Sage asks why he's so against using adult toys, hinting she wants to spice things up. He brings up what he saw in the bathroom earlier, and frustration builds between them. The next morning, William makes a lavish brunch for everyone. But then he shakes things up by proposing to Sin with Diego's grandmother's ring. While Sage finds the proposal sweet, Diego storms outside to confront Will about how messed up this is. He apologizes, explaining that he and Sin have been struggling. She cheats on him, but he still loves her and hoped the proposal would fix things. Feeling bad, Diego admits that Sage once cheated on him early in their relationship. William promises to make things right. When they return inside, Sin says someone needs to make a supply run. She offers to go with Sage, but William jumps in, saying he'll drive with her instead. On the drive, William asks Sage if she trusts Diego. He claims that Sin told him something happened between them, and then adds that Diego supposedly told Sin about Sage sleeping with her ex. According to Will, Diego said Sage owed him one, hinting that if Sin was interested, she could be the one to even the score. Sage is stunned, and she can't believe Diego would ever say that. William pushes further, asking who Sage was thinking about in the bath. He says Diego told him he caught her having a private moment, which is a lie. Diego never said that. Sage is furious and confused, but William keeps talking, saying Diego's worried he can't satisfy her and knows she was fantasizing about someone else. Then William pulls the car on the side of the road and starts hitting on Sage, saying that he could be there for her. Back at the house, Sin is making her own move on Diego. She brings up her earlier chat with Sage, saying she complimented Diego's talent, but that Sage didn't agree. Sin says Sage wants to believe in him, but doesn't, and that deep down, Diego knows it. He denies it and says he won't let Sage down. She keeps seducing him and getting very close to him, but we don't see where things go after. Then comes a brief flashback, just before Sage and Diego arrive. William and Sin are seen setting everything up. They clean, change the sheets, lock the 3 doors, and pack their suitcases as the mansion appears to belong to them. They leave just before the other couple arrives, and then return, pretending they have double-booked the place. Cut to the present. Sage and William return from their drive as Diego waits anxiously. He tells them they've been gone for a long time, but Sage brushes him off and retreats to their room, breaking down in tears. Sin finds her crying and asks if she's okay, but Sage turns the tables, asking if Diego came on to her. Sin tells her not to ask questions she doesn't want answered. Sage admits she cheated on Diego early in their relationship. Sin assures her she didn't do anything wrong. She was just playing by different rules. Then Sin pulls out some pills and suggests they take them and have fun instead. Meanwhile, William asks Diego what he and Sin did while the others were gone. Diego gives vague answers, then asks how he plans to get his ring back. William says it's like chess. He'll win it by outsmarting his opponent. Later, the girls are high under the covers, whispering secrets. Sage confesses she fakes it in bed with Diego. Sin suggests they go swimming in the pouring rain. They walk through the main room, where the men are sitting, and announce that they're in party mode tonight, but the guys aren't invited. Diego's clearly not happy about it, but the women head to the pool anyway. In the water, Sage's foot brushes something at the bottom, a license plate. She starts to get suspicious. She asks Sin again what happened between her and Diego, but the woman just kisses her. The rain turns into a downpour, and Diego starts to panic when Sage doesn't come back. He rushes outside, searching the pool and the property. Sin suddenly appears, saying that Sage is around here somewhere, which only makes him angrier. Sage, meanwhile, sneaks back inside, puts on Sin's glasses, and realizes something. When Diego finally finds her in their room, she asks if he has anything to confess, but he doesn't. She tells him she doesn't know who to trust anymore. Then the lights go out. The other couple burst in, blaming the storm for the power outage and suggesting they all stick together. Diego offers to check the breaker, but William insists he'll do it himself. After he leaves, Diego asks Sin to give them a moment alone. She hesitates and doesn't want to leave, but eventually walks out. Outside the door, Will and Sin eavesdrop. He scolds her for leaving them alone, but she says it would have looked suspicious if she hadn't. William admits this couple has been harder to break than the others, which, to her, only makes it more entertaining. Inside, Sage and Diego are arguing, and she accuses him of cheating with Sin. Outside, the other couple celebrate. Moments later, Diego opens the door and tells them Sage has run off. Will and Sin agree to go look for her outside, but it's actually a trick. Sage was hiding under the bed. She and Diego are now extremely suspicious of their intentions. Sage says she didn't really take the pill and didn't tell him earlier because she feared they were being watched. She also tells him that since glasses are not real prescription, she wants to leave immediately, but Diego can't find his keys. The other couple must have taken them. At this point, Sage point blank asks Diego if he slept with Sin because Sage owed him one for her cheating in the past and also about the showerhead incident in the bathtub. Diego insists nothing happened between him and Sin, and she was the one that came onto him. He admits he told William about her cheating, but not Sin, and he never said she owed him anything. And he definitely didn't mention the shower incident. That's when they realize there must be hidden cameras in the rooms. They rush to check one of the locked rooms, number 3, the one they didn't enter earlier, and find it filled with surveillance equipment, monitors, and videos of themselves. There are tapes of other couples too, including the naked pair murdered at the beginning. Sage finds an album of Will and Sin posing in front of the mansion and realizes the place belongs to them. Then they spot the video of Sage in the bathroom, proof of how Will knew. It all clicks for Sage. She thinks this is their game, breaking couples apart for fun and making them not trust each other. Diego decides to break the computer with all the files. Just then Will and Sin stroll in, applauding them for playing the game well. The woman calmly says destroying the computer was pointless. Everything's saved on the cloud. Then William explains that it's all just a way to test love. Sage and Diego demand to leave, saying they don't want to play this insane game. But William warns them they don't know what happens if they lose. He hints they could still discover secrets about themselves and about him and Sin. They keep trying to twist Diego's mind, planting doubts about Sage, but he refuses to believe them. Then finally, William tosses Diego his car keys, but when Diego demands his ring back, Will tells him if he leaves now, he leaves without it. Diego promises he'll return for it. Sage and Diego jump into the car, only to find the battery almost dead. William must have unplugged it. But Sage insists they drive anyway and figure things out later. That's when William appears at the window and taunts Diego, saying he slept with Sage. She swears it's a lie. Diego hesitates, but finally chooses to trust her and reverses the car, right as Sin rams into them, knocking them out cold. When they wake, Sage and Diego are tied up in the living room. They demand to leave because they won their game and have been loyal to each other. Sin mocks them, saying they have done nothing except lie to each other the whole time. William even books another rental in Florida for them as a cover-up. Sin then shows them photos of what they did to previous couples and starts to reveal the truth. Their real names are Thomas and Alice Price, and they're siblings. Their parents discovered their incestuous relationship years ago and beat them for it. So they killed their parents, proving their love to each other, and now test the loyalty of other couples by trying to seduce them. Then they leave the room to start another one of their twisted games. Sage and Diego struggle against their bindings. Sage admits she's faking it during their time together, because Diego quitting his job has put everything on her shoulders. They finally break free and make a run for it. Sin and Will, watching through their cameras, split up to hunt them down. Sage flees into the kitchen, grabbing anything she can use as a weapon. Diego, limping from his injured leg, grabs a fire poker. Sin corners Sage, and they fight. Sage almost gets stabbed with a knife, but manages to break a glass in Sin's face and to escape outside. William hears Sin screams and finds her bleeding. She tells him to go and finish Sage. Sage arms herself with an axe. Will catches up, taunting her and daring her to prove her love by killing for Diego. She hesitates at first, but then swings the axe. They struggle for control, but Sage escapes into the woods. William grabs a chainsaw and goes after her. Meanwhile, Sin stabs Diego in the leg, but he kicks her hard in the head and runs. When she wakes up, she follows him outside, but he is hiding under a wooden bridge and stabs her in the foot with a fire poker. She screams for Will. He charges after Diego with the chainsaw, but Sage slams the axe into his head. He stumbles onto the chainsaw, which finishes the job in a gruesome mess. Sage and Diego head for the dock. He tells her he's done with writing and he'll go back to teaching and write as a hobby. Just as they're about to board the boat, Sin reappears. Diego chops off her fingers, including the one with the ring. She falls into the water, resurfaces, and lunges again. Diego hacks her jaw with the axe, and Sage reverses the boat, shredding Sin in the motor. When the water finally goes still, Diego retrieves the severed finger, slides the ring on Sage's hand, and she accepts. The two laugh it off before sitting in shell-shocked silence while covered in blood. The end. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.